Hi Den. This is a collection of time lapses in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. So I guess the breakdown would be country of Malaysia, state of Johor, city of Johor Bahru, suburb of Iskandar Putri, and the area known as Putri Harbor. We are directly across the strait from Singapore. The first time lapse is from the condo I rented in Encorp Marina. I really liked this view except for the one building directly in my line of sight. Just to the left of center with the white three-humped roof is the ferry terminal. And if you look to the far right of the screen, you will see the ferry arriving from Indonesia. There are several ferries every day going to and from a couple of different places in Indonesia. I wanted to capture daybreak. So here we are at the same location, and if you look at the center of the bottom left corner of the screen, you might be able to see a boat at the dock. I think he might be refueling, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, there you go, off toward Indonesia. Now on the right side of your screen, there is what appears to be a grove of trees with a huge brownish pine cone looking structure. That is known as Teega Walk, and it houses the Putri Harbor Disc Golf Course. As the sun continues to rise, people are boarding the first ferry to Indonesia. There you go! Here we are at Teega Suites. The view from this particular room is not nearly as good as my previous room, but you can still see the strait. A couple of things to note are that the road at the bottom of your screen is actually straight. This is the fisheye effect from my camera's lens. I don't know if it'll be visible since it's so far away, but in the center is Forest City. Forest City is the $100 billion project that many people now call a ghost town. It is not a ghost town, however, it is only at around 10% occupancy. The thing to note in this sunnier clip is how the building's shadows shrink as the sun rises. There's also some moisture evaporating from the trees. Kind of looks like off-gassing to me. And now we've arrived at my home. That's right, I get to enjoy this view on a daily basis. Not only does it overlook the bay, but also one of the Sultan's homes in that subdivision just a little left of center. This area is known as Danga Bay. Two things to note here: the shrinkage of the shadows as the sun rises, and the height of the buildings that are under construction. They are wrapped in protective blue mesh while under construction. Also notice how you can still clearly see the completed building behind them. That will not be the case by the end of this video. Now for the sunset. The earth has shifted to where the sun no longer peeks around the corner, but is now completely behind the other building at this time of year. This is what I see through my bedroom's floor-to-ceiling windows as I lay me down to sleep. That light you see moving around in the center is actually the excavator doing some night work. Spent more and more time enjoying the view, I began to notice different things. Of course, I'm somewhat fascinated by the continuing construction, and I really enjoy watching the excavator doing its thing. I also get a kick out of watching the cranes lifting things and the trucks performing their various duties. I also began to notice An island forming and disappearing at the tip of the peninsula. That would be the tide going in and out. Sometimes I even get to witness a royal convoy or something. What I mean by that is there's sometimes a convoy of about 20 black SUVs with flashing blue lights heading this way. After they cross from left to right in the distance, they will then come down the road on the right and continue heading in the direction of Singapore. I finally managed to get a pretty good time lapse of the incoming tide. The island is getting swallowed up until it's completely gone. Even the weather looks different from up here on the 46th floor. And here comes the weather to swallow up my camera. Good thing it's waterproof. Now the completed building is completely blocked from view, but that doesn't stop the weather from jumping in here and looking so ominous in a time lapse. And I don't know what happened here, but it looks like a retaining wall broke or something. I hope it was only dirt that got dumped. This is what 2 weeks of construction looks like from my trail cam. You can mostly see the progress at the very tops of the buildings. I now have my trail cam set up, taking a 2-month-long time lapse. It's taking 1 picture per hour and will hopefully show lots of progress in the construction zone. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can get ziggy with it.